If you're just like me, you want to make some money. Depop is a website and people usually sell clothes. You can literally sell everything on Depop. I'm not trying to scam anyone. Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? My name is Jean Paul and I'm a fashion design student in New York City. I'm making this video because if you're just like me, you want to make some money. And Depop might be the answer for you. So keep on watching. So I created a Depop account almost 3 weeks ago, and let me tell you something. It is going amazing. And I want to share my tips, everything I have learned in these 3 weeks. So I'm gonna do my best to keep this video beginner friendly. I'm not gonna gatekeep, and I'm gonna share my tips and tricks. So if you don't know what Depop is a website or an app. You can have it on your phone or you can use it on your computer. And people usually sell clothes. Some other people sell like stuffed animals. You can literally sell everything on Depop. If you can name it, you can find it on Depop. So you want to create a Depop account. It is super simple. You just have to use your email. You go on the website, you choose a username, you know the basics. And then you're gonna link your bank information to Depop so you know so when you get that good money, you can get paid. Usually when someone buys something from you on Depop, it takes like a week or so for you to get paid. If you're lucky, everything goes well, and in a week you're gonna get paid. So every time you take a package to the post office, make sure you drop it at the window so they give you a receipt, because in case someone is saying that they didn't get the item they bought from you, you have the receipt confirming to Depot that you actually drop it off at the post office and you don't know what happened. They might be lying. That hasn't happened to me personally, but I have heard about a lot of people getting scammed on Depop. So you don't have to experience it to be prepared. I would say that people on Depop tend to be younger. They tend to be Gen Z, maybe millennials, and people are usually shopping for trends. They want like Y2K. They want things that are like good quality or vintage that they cannot find at the store. Personally, on my store, what does well is anything that I upcycle. As I said before, I'm a fashion design student in New York City. I've been sewing for like 4 years, 5 years, and I like upcycling pieces. I never tried to sell any of my creations before on Poshmark, but when I created my Depop account and since I'm taking fashion design classes this year, I've changed my mentality towards my work. 2026, we having a lot of jeanpaul couture. jeanpaul couture. You can just try what works for you. Don't listen to anyone else. You can literally sell anything on Depop, but I think if your store has a theme, people will like you more because they will follow you. They already know what you sell and they will go to you to buy and to like satisfy those shopping needs. You guys can sell anything you guys want, as I said before, but I usually like to sell tops. I feel like my tops, let's say like tank tops or blazers, they'll sell pretty fast. I have never tried to like actually sell jeans or like long pants, but I'm not opposed to the idea. I just haven't had the chance. If you're gonna be listing a lot of items, make sure you have the same background, make sure the pictures are well lit. You don't want something dark because people will not see the details on the clothes. Make sure you take multiple pictures of the items. Take pictures of the brand tags, of the instruction card tags, and make sure you take photos of any flaws that your listings may have. Because if you sell something and you didn't take a photo that it had a stain, then when they get it, they're gonna be mad and they're gonna leave you a bad review. Another tip is that in the beginning you won't have any reviews. So if someone buys something from you, make sure you message them once they get the package and tell them, hey, you will help me a lot if you left a review. I have done that a couple of times. So far, I only have 7 reviews. Thank God they all positive as of now. And some people have received the order, but they haven't answered to my messages. And that's also okay. I'm not entitled to a review if they don't feel like leaving a review. I make sure always that everything that I list on Depop is decent quality. I'm not trying to scam anyone. I'm not trying to fool anyone or steal their money. So make sure that you don't try to do that, because people will get mad and people will go the extra mile to get their lick back. So don't play with people. Don't play with people, especially people from New York. Also, when you're listing your items, you can use keywords like Y2K, vintage, whatever, relates to your items. Some people say to use Y2K in all of your listings because it's a trending keyword. But I don't know. I think that's a little like silly if your items are not actually Y2K. I think it should be truthful to what the item is, because at the end of the day, if it's not Y2K, people would not like to see it in Y2K. But that's my opinion. If it works for you, it works for you, and that's okay. Also, guys, there's a feature that Depop has to boost your listings. I always use that. Everything on my store is always at a discounted price. I always have like 10% or 15% going on. And then when people send me offers, I may accept offers if they're a little lower, but not too far from my initial price. Because at the end of the day, this is also my business. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to sell my creations. And if people keep lowballing me, I'm not gonna have a successful business. So just make sure that your pricing is not too crazy. And if you accept offers, don't accept anything that's too low. Another tip that I have for you guys is to ensure you're always sending offers. When someone likes your listings, you always get like a notification saying this person liked your listing. I would say to always stay on top of that. The good thing is that Depop has a feature that can automatically send offers to people that like your listing, and I always use that because sometimes you don't have time to like be sending offers to people. Sometimes you send an offer and people will counter offer and give you like maybe like $2 less, but you know what, like $2 will not make me any richer, so I usually accept the offer. I can also recommend you guys to buy a mannequin, and that way you don't have to be like wearing the clothes that you're gonna be selling on Depop, because that can be very, very tedious because you're trying to like be fast. And I feel like having a mannequin makes my life so much easier. You guys don't have to use a fancy camera for the listings. You guys can use your phone. Phone camera quality is so good these days that you guys don't really need to like buy anything expensive to make your Depop happen. But just make sure when you take your photos that you have the same background and the lighting is good. I usually like to take my photos in the middle of the day when like the sun is hitting my window, because even though I have a ring light, I feel like natural lighting is way better. Another tip is to take measurements of your items. I know that can be tedious because you asking yourself, why do they need measurements if I'm already listing that the item is small or the item is medium? People like measurements. Not everybody has a standard body type. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, so they want to ensure that the pieces that they're buying fit them well. So if someone asks you for measurements, don't think they're being annoying. They just, making a well-informed decision before they buy something from you. Another tip is to always be responsive. Make sure you respond to people fast. Make sure you have your notifications on. Make sure you keep the pricing affordable if you want to have a very successful Depop account. Additionally, when you write the listings, make sure you include 4 things. Include the name of the brand, include the size, include if the item has any flaws, and include the condition of the garment. Is it in good condition? Is it in okay condition? Is it in bad condition? Because you have to let people know what they're buying. Let's say they buy something and you stated that it was in great condition, but they get it and it's not in good condition. They can take that to Depop customer service and complain about that. And you don't want your store to be flagged, so be very careful with that. Let's talk about shipping and packaging. Usually, I try to ship my orders within 2 days. Let's say someone buys something today, I'm gonna make sure that I take it to the post office by tomorrow noon. I never delay shipping orders unless there's something going on, like a holiday, or there's like weather conditions that may affect like me not being able to go to the post office. People know you ship fast. They know you're not playing with them. You know, they know you mean business. So every time I drop an order at the post office, I always drop it at the window because I want them to give me a receipt. Usually when packaging my orders, I use USPS Ground Advantage, which is free. You guys can order on the USPS website, email them, and tell them the quantity you guys are gonna need. Make sure you order a lot because initially I just ordered like 20 and I'm running out of the boxes, out of the padded envelope, and I need to order more stuff because you know my Depot store is gonna be a hit. I'm manifesting that it's gonna be a hit. So if you guys are not like me, you guys want to spend your own money on shipping supplies, on packaging supplies, you guys can buy your own boxes, your own padded envelopes on Amazon. If you guys want them to be pink, if you guys want them to be blue, you guys can do it. But I just feel like USPS Ground Advantage packaging looks clean and it looks, I don't know, it looks legit. So I'm not mad about it. Maybe in the future I may buy my own colorful like padded envelopes or stuff, but for now this is working. Also, what I like doing with my packages, with every order, I like to write a thank you note, just letting the person know that I appreciate their business. I think it's very thoughtful to do that. I saw that they sell thank you cards on Amazon. You guys can order those, or you guys can go to Staples and get some printed. You know, you don't have to do that, but I do it because I care about my Depop. And eventually, I don't know, I feel like once I finish my fashion design classes and I work on my own brand, I think I may use Depop to sell my product. Who knows? You need to be consistent on Depop. Some people say you should be listing an item once a day or maybe like 5 a day. I think once a day is more doable. You don't have to post all of the listings the same day. You can maybe try to like spread it out through the week so that way you have content for Depop. So if you have the opportunity to do that, and if this is something you want to take seriously, I totally recommend that you post daily or maybe every few days. Well guys, that is all for today. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope this video was very informational for you. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Also, make sure to check out my Depop account. Let me know if you guys want me to do another video comparing Depop to Poshmark. I'm so happy with my Depop experience so far. That is all for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!